G'day everybody, welcome back, and we are here for round 3 of the Arena Australis draft. It's been a long time coming, so thanks for everyone for putting up with us. Had a few, personality difficulties. Nothing too bad like that. We're just linking up times with things. So we've got Avrip and Stumpy back. How you going, gentlemen?
Hey,
Cool.
doing well, thanks. Cheers for having us on board again. We really appreciate it.
No, it's great to have you both out. Stumpy, how many shinies you caught this week?
That is a great question. One, shiny electric.
And Adam, I believe you caught something while we were prepping for this just before.
I just caught a shiny Wingull, and it actually has decent stats for PvP. I might have to consider powering it up.
Oh, you don't have a Pelper yet. We'll see that. We'll see that coming out soon. Awesome. So everyone can see, just on that side of me, we've got the results from round 1 and 2 up there. Most notably, Gengineer 6 still on the top, 2 wins at the top, and there's a couple of other people who are undefeated in Unkempt Beast, Third M with an asterisk because he had that bye, and Epic Cactus. So unfortunately, we don't have a huge number of battles for round 3. Some people didn't send them through, so we're just going to feature a couple of key matches, and let's get straight into the battles. So here we are. We have our first matchup of Achilles Hero versus Agent Magikarp. We've actually featured a lot of Agent Magikarp's battles, and today we're in no different. So Stumpy and Avrip, take it away. Match number 1, here we go.
All right, let's go. Let's see first game. What we're going to have. Blastoise lead into Hypno. It's a pretty neutral lead, I believe, depending on moveset for Hypno, but we'll see how Agent Magikarp decides to play the match out. Comes with confusion damage, the slow confusion, most frustrating Pokemon in the world to use fast move wise. And he's charging a lot of energy here, up to 2 Hydro Cannons, and decides to throw one now. Both have very reluctant to use some energy here, which is quite surprising. See if this one goes unshielded or not. Have noticed that this team looks relatively weak, regardless of beside the Hypno. I believe Toxicroak is a massive problem for Achilles Hero, so interesting to see if he can adjust here. Throws the Shadow Ball, gets a shield, and see how this matchup plays out, Adam.
It looks like they're both going for the bait moves here, charging up to 2 moves and then throwing the weaker move. Ooh, gets the 2 shields already though. He looks like he's just going to keep farming down. He's going to go for another Hydro Cannon here. Oh, he gets the swap out just to catch the move on the Umbreon. I highly doubt this is going to be a Focus Blast, so it looks like he's in the clear here. What a great switch. Just an Ice Punch. Very interesting move right there. He gets Achilles swaps into Lucario. Ooh, okay. That's a bit deadly for the Umbreon. The fighting moves are going to add up and do a lot of damage. I don't think he needs a shield, though. It could just be a power-up punch. But he does look like he's going to farm him down. What are your thoughts, Stumpy?
Yeah, well, so he's going to obviously swapping into the hard matchup, or the hard counter into Umbreon into the Hypno, but he's 2 shields down. This isn't the worst spot to be in. Interesting that he hasn't bought Toxicroak. I would have thought, with the amount of favourable matchups it has, it's interesting that he hasn't decided to bring that against Achilles' team. Obviously, you've got to be scared of the Hypno, but once the Hypno's out of the way, it actually does win the remaining 5 matchups in the 1 shield. So he's going to get farmed down here, and Lucario still got a shield, but I can imagine the Altaria comes in here and farms down. I'd be quite surprised to see a shield here. Shadow Ball potentially incoming, so he has decided to respect it and give it the shield. Could be a power plant. No, Shadow Ball indeed, so good shield, and we'll farm down here. Bit of energy for whatever is in the back.
Yeah, definitely a smart idea to shield that Shadow Ball. Lucario has such a high attack stat, that would have done an amazing amount of damage. He comes in with Articuno. Oh my goodness. Obviously, that's not looking good for Altaria, but he can get the Sky Attack off. This would do quite a lot of damage, but I don't think that's going to be enough to take him down. Going to about 50% health. He gets a swap into the Blastoise and throws the Hydro Cannon. Wow. Oh, I think this might KO.
I believe it does.
Oh.
Wow. Swaps out of the Hypno there, and he's going to get farmed down, so got to be careful here. There is an Ice Punch on the way, so I think that this won't KO, but I think the amount of confusion damage might actually seal the deal here.
Ooh, it looks like it's going to be close. Will he be able to get to a Sky Attack, though? That's the thing. I believe the Hypno charges up that energy a bit quicker, though. It's going to be so close down to the wire. Oh, and the Hypno gets the move off. This is definitely going to take out the Altaria, and that is a GG right here. Very close game.
Very close game there. So Agent Magikarp going down in the first round to Achilles' hero. That ice punch, which was absolutely useless against Blastoise, proved very, very handy in the end, lining up with the Altair. Oh, match 2. Here we go, Adam. Sorry.
All right, so we got Umbreon lead versus Hypno. Oh, very favorable matchup for the Umbreon. He can get to those foul plays very quickly. Doesn't really need to watch out for anything though, so he gets a swap into Lucario and gets counter swapped or into the Toxicroak. There it is. Stumpy, I'm sure you were waiting to see that one, weren't you?
He sure was. And look, this is potentially a Shadow Ball here, so might actually need... Oh, it does choose to shield, and it is just a Shadow Ball. You hate shielding a Power-Up Punch. But at that point, the CMP tie. You can tell he's not going to be happy with that. Like, it's wasted energy now. And he could have just kept going and farming down. So, actually not a bad position for Achilles' hero, right? I mean, maybe three confusions to the Toxicroak's RIP, right?
Yeah, it's definitely. I don't think he's going to be able to get to a move. This confusion is just doing way too much damage. And you're right, it is only 3. He can come back in with the Umbreon though, and not have to worry too much about shielding. He does know he has Ice Punch and Shadow Ball, so he's in the clear to come back Umbreon and not have to worry about anything. He'll just get to these foul plays here, which are going to do quite a bit of damage to the Hypno, even though it is quite tanky. He does have to watch out here though. He does want to. He gets a shield though, which is good, and Achilles' hero swaps into Articuno and he counter swaps it with the Blastoise. I believe the Blastoise does win this matchup just by spamming those Hydro Cannons. Ultimately, how do you think this one's going to go down, Dr. Trotter?
Yeah, it might be a little bit of shield play here because both Icy Wind is going to be ineffective as is Hydro Cannon, and we do get the shield there. I'm surprised not to see Articuno at least attempt to go up to a Hurricane to maybe try and bait out a shield first. Maybe just really wants to reduce that water gun damage, which for some stupid reason it seems to add up to quite a lot in these battles, and we'll see. But Umbreon in the back is so bulky and doesn't have to really worry about any of the moves except for Hurricane. So it might be enough to let this go. Even if this is a Hurricane, let it go and just either farm down with the Umbreon or throw it and you're still up a shield against the Hypno. It's just a really nice spot for Umbreon to be. He probably does not want to take an Icy Wind. You don't want to get debuffed. It just makes the matchup that little bit harder than it needs to be. And, I mean, Adam, we've seen Shadow Ball, we've seen Ice Punch. Is there anything Hypno can do? Should you just resign right here?
It's not looking good, to be honest. And I think it was a smart idea to throw the foul play before the Icy Wind hit, just to make sure that you've got this game in the bag. You don't want to get debuffed, so you may as well just play it safe, take down the Articuno, and then easily be able to kill the Hypno with foul plays. But I don't think there's much he can do here. Agent Magikarp still has a shield. Ice Punches are going to come out surprisingly quick, but I don't think it's looking good. You can just get to 2 foul plays, and that'll be a GG.
Yeah, I mean, once you know that moveset, you can be quite confident that Umbreon is just 100% walling that Hypno. I mean, if this was me and I was playing GBL, I would have quit. I would have let it go. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Definitely not. And
Oof.
there's the last move, and GG to Agent Magikarp.
Yeah, so really, really nice switch up of the lead compared to match 1. And let's see what they choose to lead here in match 2. We're going to get Umbreon and Hypno again. Oh, we've got Jirachi into Lucario. Now, this is something we haven't seen. These are quite evenly matched because of that steel typing. Everything's neutral essentially, but look at those punches. They're really stacking up quick here. Ooh, do you throw Shadow Ball here, Stumpy?
Oh, so it's a bait game. So I call the bait here. We'll see what happens. Yes. Oh, well, I would have been absolutely KO'd there. So lucky Magikarp's playing this matchup and not me. I think he's going to go straight for the farm down here by the looks of it. I don't think he needs to worry too much. He's going to get Power-Up Punch, but I think
he should survive it, right?
He should survive. Oh, he chose a double shield. That's quite an interesting decision, but hey, 2 shields down early on. We'll see what happens. A lot of energy. Doomsday does hit like a truck, but we'll see what the answer is from Achilles' hero, Trotter.
Yeah, 2 Doom Desires down, and wow, an instant switch out of Lucario into that Blastoise, essentially hoping that his opponent will switch into something else that the Blastoise has a reasonable matchup with, as long as there wasn't Venusaur in the back, because he's really ultimately trying to line up his Umbreon with that Hypno, and maybe Achilles' hero knows that, so hence why it's staying in here. Oh, and as those shields go down, those two Doom Desires on that Jirachi that are just sitting in the back start to look a lot more attractive, right?
Yeah, well, most definitely. Well, said if there's something like the Articuno in the back, it definitely has to be very, very scared of those Doom Desires hitting for a lot of damage. Articuno not being the bulkiest Pokemon, so it'd be interesting to see what Achilles decide to bring in the back. It's what makes the Bring 6-6 format so exciting. Here we go. See the Umbreon come in here, I imagine. There's no reason to bring the Jirachi here and throw energy at this.
No.
And obviously notice that he's absolutely walled the Umbreon. The Umbreon's absolutely walling the Hypno here, so there's no risk in this play.
Oh, and there it is. Oh, it's like he's got it on a string, Agent Magikarp. Look, how much does this Doom Desire do? Oh my goodness.
That's a very, very, very smart play.
Yeah, that's a big brain play because we don't know what's in the back, right? When you don't know what's there, it's really hard to sort of make those calls, and he doesn't really care about whatever energy this Hypno gets because Umbreon is there full HP. Even if it had Focus Blast, Umbreon still wins from this point. So
yeah, that's very, very smart play.
Just like if you're a person who likes Umbreon, watch this battle and watch how it was used because the use of Blastoise as like a safe swap to ensure that the Umbreon was there for the Hypno was really nice in this matchup from Agent Magikarp. And
that was very, very good.
There we go. So Agent Magikarp taking out round 3. I think that puts him at 2 wins and 1 loss so far. So not out of this tournament by any stretch of the imagination. And I mean, what would an AA video be without Avrip's best money lose? I don't know. I can't say money losing, but he's up against 200% Gary here.
Oh, my boy. Hopefully he redeems himself this time, though. I wasn't too fond of his gameplay last time, losing with 2 shields. You better redeem yourself, Fish. Come on.
All right, so we unfortunately have one battle, which will determine who the winner of this match is. So we've seen the teams, we know what it's all about. Let's jump straight into this match of Fish and a Heater versus 200% Gary. Stumpy, take it away when it starts.
Yeah.
Should it ever start?
Let's see if it does start, yes. Let's see if Fish is stingy with his shields as he was in the round against Engineer this time. Interesting matchups here. We'll see what we've got. Let's have a quick look at the teams. What can we pick any weaknesses early on? I don't think I can see anything blaringly, obviously, causing a lot of problems so far, but I guess we'll see as soon as the game starts.
That Stunfisk could be ripe for 200% Gary. That's the best thing I can see there.
I only really have to worry about what Drill Run from Beedrill and the close comp on and the Glyph Blades from Gallade. It's probably the only real problem.
Yep, and Raichu. I promise this video is actually playing.
Oh yeah, Grass Not Raichu.
Hello. This is good editing. Alright, there we go. It will be up shortly. I mean, we've given the leads away, but here we go. Take it away.
Chen, I don't know what's leading. Oh, Clefable. Oh, it's Oxys. Okay, interesting. We never expected that. We'll see how this matchup plays out. A lot of damage coming from the Charms here because it's just hits like an absolute truck. Not very effective counters from the Deoxys, but we'll get to the charge move, a lot faster than the Clefable will. We'll just sit here and watch some Charms and counters all day. Be very surprised to see Shield on the first one here, but we'll see what Gary decides to do. He does shield the first Rock Slide, so proving me wrong once again. I've been good with the predictions today. And just keeps charming away. Psyche coming through here. This will KO, so I think Shield to keep the Deoxys alive here, or what's your call here, Adam?
I think he will shield and just go for the moves. Like you said before, he's going to get to those charge moves a lot quicker than this Clefable. I'm actually very surprised that Gary shielded that first one. Clefable surprisingly is quite tanky, and he double shields. Wow, okay, so he wants to keep the charm user alive and just farm down, I guess. I mean, that is a smart play because whatever comes in is not going to like Charms. Even if it does resist it, Charm just adds up so quickly and does so much damage. Let's see who Fish comes in with. Oh, comes in with the Muck. All right. So he is going to have to get to either a Sludge Wave or a Gunk Shot. Like these Dark Pulses. Is it going to KO?
That's a Sludge Wave, I believe, so I think that will KO. I think that was 5 Snarls, so I believe this will KO if it's a Sludge Wave. How much it will. Interesting to see what comes in here. Imagine the Stunfisk because doesn't want to see, the Frostlass does not want to see that at all. And the Mud Bomb here, well, the Dark Pulse will come through first, and then the Mud Bomb will KO as well. So I think it will very much depend on what's in the back here. If Fish bought some cover for that Frostlass, he has. Oh, he swapped into Gallade here. Quite a smart swap. He's trying to draw out. Wasn't back thinking that there might be a Frostlass in the back, so he needs to save that mark for it. Do you think that was a good decision, Aaron?
I don't think he's got much else. I don't think he has much else to do, to be honest. So, I mean, that is the best play he can do. But unfortunately, it's not looking good for Fish. I mean, he doesn't have a shield. And Frostlass is quite squishy. I don't know if this will kill, though. It's going to do a lot of damage. Leaf Fade does about 60% of his health. And he's just going to get... Oh, he gets the move instead. All right. So is there a play here for Fish? Does he still have a chance?
Yeah, I think he does. I think that the Stunfisk isn't even able to farm down here. It's going to have to throw some energy, but does almost have 2 moves here. So, yeah, I did think there was a chance there, but I think he's going to unfortunately get back-to-back Mud Bomb here, and I believe it will KO the Mark. Oh, no, sorry, he has a shield. I've not noticed he had a second shield, so he's gone for the move, and he's still got farmed down anyway. So, unfortunate there, and Stunfisk is going to get the Mud Bomb through here, and this should KO.
I believe it does, yeah. So very well played by Gary to farm down the Gallade with his Stunfish just to have a bit more energy for the mark. And knowing that he's weak enough for that mud shot was a really good play.
Yeah, I was very surprised that Fish had an extra shield in the game there. I was
Fish always has a shield.
He always has a shield, so I don't know why I'm surprised he doesn't have a shield though. It's very
Awesome. All right, so now I have a little treat which I've hidden from these two gentlemen. We literally have one more set of battles remaining. Like I said, it's a short video today, but it is a doozy, and it is going to be, we've got it, dual screens. We've got battle from both players' perspectives, and we have coming up for all y'all is Hawk Aussie versus Caddy Wrangler. So, unfortunately, due to my poor editing skills, the screens are a little bit difficult to see here. The teams, sorry. But Caddy Wrangler, we've featured very, very heavily with that really weak to counter team. We keep talking about it. But it comes up in a very interesting team of Hawk Aussie, who has a Kanto Raichu in the bottom corner, normal Mawile, Shadow Gardevoir, a Alolan Sandslash, Ferrothorn, and Swampert. So, not a team that I would really expect to see in the draft. So, Hawk Aussie drafting a very interesting team. And, I mean, Caddy Wrangler's team's not super straightforward either, is it, gentlemen?
Definitely spicy teams from both of these gentlemen here. Hawk Aussie's team is unbelievably squishy. I think his tankiest Pokemon there is that Ferrothorn. Obviously, it's going to be weak to fire, but thankfully, Caddy doesn't have any fire Pokemon from first glance, though. So, it'd be interesting to see how he's going to play it out.
trying to see what there is, that Obstagoon as well. So I think the Obstagoon is going to be a bit of a problem. He's got 2 Pokemon or actually 3 Pokemon weak to counter as well. The Gardevoir is there for cover, but if he doesn't line that up properly, I think the Obstagoon is going to be a bit of a problem for Hawk Aussie. But like I said, anything can happen. Said last game, well, first round, sorry, we had the Hypno being a massive problem for the Toxicroak, and it was managed to play around it. So it's anything can happen in this format.
All right, let us get it started. And sorry, there was a little bit of editing issues, but we got the battles in sync. And so here we go, Adam. Take us away in this battle.
All right, so it's Tentacruel versus Mawile. Obviously, these Fire Fangs are not going to do much to the Tentacruel. So he does decide to swap out into the Raichu and gets counter-swapped by a Abomasnow. Oh, and the Raichu only has 1 move. So that... I don't think Caddy knows about that. He could think it's a Brick Break, though. Will he decide to shield? No, he doesn't. He lets that one go through. And I think Abomasnow does outpace him to the charge move here, so he can just spam these Weather Balls, which the Raichu is going to have to watch out for. Raichu is a very, very squishy Pokemon, and he does not, but it just does not KO. Will he be able to get to the Thunder Punch in time? He does. Okay, yep. Is he going to shield this?
No shield needed here. I think somehow Caddy Wranglers knows that even a Brick Break's not going to do that much. It's such a terrible move. And he's got a fair bit of energy here, and oh, this is going to do an unusually large amount of damage to a Marwell. You think, oh, you don't even need to shield it, right? Look, oh, it's like almost a third HP. And I mean, those Fire Fangs take it down pretty quick, but then Obsta chooses to bring in the Obstagoon, and oh, don't tell me Play Rough's coming out. Oh, no, just go for the Power Punch bait. Interesting. I mean, Power Punch still being super effective, times 2, because that Dark Normal type. But, yep, gets the shield. Very interesting. And here the Attack Rise, counters coming in thick and fast. Do you let this one go, Adam?
You know, he's almost up to a power-up punch. He can get to another one, and regardless of if it does a lot of damage or not, it'll boost his attack, and those Fire Fangs will add up. And as you were saying before, it's double weak to fighting, so this will actually do a bit of damage. So the Obstagoon does shield it, knowing that, but he can farm down, though, and have a lot of energy for what comes in the back. See what it is? It's a Swampert. Okay, so he's farming up a bit of extra energy, and he's got 2 Night Slashes, which he throws. Oh, it'll be interesting to see if he gets the boost here, though. Oh boy.
But if he's at the Hydro Cannon, through the Hydro Cannon, oh my goodness, forced to use the shield. If he had thrown the Hydro Cannon there, could have kept that shield in the back and just outpaced that Tentacruel to charge moves. And oh, yep, so it goes up to the Earthquake. So it does have a fair bit of energy here, but shields are down, right? Tentacruel actually has a reasonable amount of energy, and it's just a race Earthquake versus that Hydro Pump, right?
Oh, it's gonna get down. Oh
no!
My God, he's throwing Hydro Cannon. That's the wrong move, isn't it?
Hydro Cannon.
No.
He's just given the game up. He had to go for the Earthquake.
I think he panicked there. Oh no, that is it. He just threw the game. I think if he got to the Earthquake, he would have won. But wow, what a shocking defeat.
Oh. I'm fairly certain Earthquake would have taken out the. Well, that was the only chance. That was the only win condition, was get into the Earthquake. But yeah, I think Hawk Aussie definitely panic tapped, like you said, Adam. And I mean, we've all done it, right? We've all done it.
I'm not sure if he was trying to get an invisible shield bait or what he was trying to do there, but yeah, Earthquake was definitely the right play.
Sorry, I've jumped straight in. It's God of War versus that Obstagoon, and straight out of there into Reggie, and counter swapped hard into this Swampert here, Stumpy. How do you get out of here for Caddy Wrangler?
Yeah, it's a tough road back here when you get absolute. When you decide to shield though, which you don't really need to shield the first one, especially a flash cannon. You don't, regardless of what this is, you don't really need to shield the first one. So, interesting decision to shield. One to keep that Swampert nice and healthy. I can't imagine shields come through here from the Reggie because there's no reason at this point. Said he's just gonna go back to back regardless. Should be charge up a lot more energy. He's got a little bit of time, or even if he doesn't have time, it's just there's no point of he has. Wow, okay. I'm just gonna stop talking. Hand it to you, trying throwing me off this game. Can't call this.
You've got every shield differently, man. And throwing another flash cannon. I don't even think a non-stab focus blast KOs from this range, so it'd be fine. And does let it go, and it is the flash cannon. So this Swampert is now just in a dominant spot here. Ooh, throwing very early. I would have liked to have seen a couple more. Whoa. Bubbles missed. Do I need these? But we probably doesn't need the bubbles. All right, let's have some fun. And Hydro Cannon takes it out. And you think that's Abomasnow's got to be coming back in here, right?
Abomasnow will come in here and hopefully Zeb. Well, we're both wrong there, so I'm not going to take that one completely by myself. But he's going to throw the Hydro Cannon here and hopefully get a little bit of chip damage on this Obstagoon. Obstagoon is quite tanky, so I'm not going to call if he's going to shield or not. he has shielded, so he's not going to take any damage, funnily enough. So working up some energy here. Going to throw the Night Slash just before he gets to another Hydro Cannon, which is good counting, good energy management. And we'll see how this Obstagoon decides to play. I believe the God of War is going to come in here and absolutely melt this thing. It's got a quick swap into Abomasnow and then the counter swap into Ferrothorn, and I'll leave it to you, Trotter, from here.
Yeah, I mean, this is interesting. Those neutral weather balls, thanks to the steel typing, still does a lot of damage to this Ferrothorn. And he's throwing the Acid Spray with the no shield. I'm guessing he's gonna Acid Spray to save that shield for his Gardevoir in the back, hoping that he can charm it down before... Oh, no! Oh my goodness! Shields are just being used with reckless abandonment here. Shielding here, you gotta throw the Power Whip. Don't Acid Spray again. No! He's tapping Acid Spray. Oh, but it's not even going to get there. This Weather Ball's going to take it out. So a large waste of a shield here on Hawk Aussie's part. And, oh wow, look at that. Deleted.
He might get away with it here.
Oh.
Here we go. We'll see if he gets the Night Slash. Now, I'm not going to call if this survives it. I think
Oh, it's going to be neutral.
Neutral Night Slash. So
Shadow. Neutral Shadow.
Oh, it's going to be very, very close here. Has survived it just.
Is
One
counter?
more charm.
No, too much charm.
Oh, no.
Oh.
No
Oh, I couldn't have called that any more wrong. And
Oh.
somehow got there, and the Gardevoir just managed to charm down the Obstagoon. That is unreal.
So that is a win to Hawk Aussie. I just need to, like, that was
Yep.
just crazy shields. Obviously,
Acid sprays, Power Whips, not enough Power Whips, more Acid sprays.
just, yeah, and then not throwing
got
energy
there.
when you had it there and getting KO'd.
But it was all
My-
calculated. It was all calculated because the two charms KO'd after the two Acid sprays. So calculated from Hawk Aussie. Very smart play.
He didn't get to the second Acid Spray, didn't throw it. He only had one.
Well, even better.
Oh my
But
God.
didn't need it. He knew he didn't need it. Don't need that energy. That's fine.
All right, so 1-1 down to the final matchup here for round 3. Take it away, Stumpy.
Straight in, a Bomber Snow into the Ferrothorn, which I'm going to say is definitely a positive matchup for a Bomber Snow here. These Weather Balls hit so hard. Neutral, just a Bomber Snow. The Shadow Form is just an absolute monster. To see if the shields come up early in this matchup, not so far, but that's just, with the Powder Snow damage, just adds up so quickly. And he's thrown the Acid Spray here, so I'd be very surprised to see a shield here. I imagine he's predicted that he's got Power Whip as well. So yeah, there's the Acid Spray, no shield there. And defense harshly falls, but he's going to have to commit some shields here if he wants to even have a chance here at him.
Yeah, he knows the moveset of this Ferrothorn. He would have to watch out for a mirror shot, but obviously he knows that he doesn't have that. And surprisingly, he is shielding the Ferrothorn, though, and going for this Power Whip. But his defense is lowered from the Acid Spray, so he does want to shield this, just to be sure. He can possibly farm it down, though, but I think to be safe, he will throw a Weather Ball. Yeah, that is the smarter play right there. Will he decide to shield here, or just let it go?
I think you let it go. Oh, no,
Ooh.
I called another one and I'm incorrect. Once again, we're incorrect, but we're just going to keep going. We're going to keep going. He's going to Acid Spray again. Okay, let's see if a shield comes up here. He has decided to shield the Acid Spray. The Acid Spray bait has come through. Who am I to judge the Acid Sprays, but it has worked. I think he's going to
Oh,
get swap straight into, very aggressive swap there, into Gardevoir, and he's going to get pretty well walled by this. I think it's a revenge time for Caddy Wrangler. Here's an Acid Spray for yourself. And this is going to probably KO the Gardevoir at this range.
I think it will, yeah. He's definitely in a very solid position with that Tentacruel. He comes back in with the Ferrothorn, but the Ferrothorn is not going to get to a move. Oh, and he's just charging up so much energy. He's only left with the Swampert, and he's going for Acid Spray. Okay. I thought he would have gone for the Hydro Pump there, but all right, we got some next level plays right here. Oh my goodness.
Acid Spray everything. Acid Spray every Pokemon. That's been for this game. I think we've seen 4 Acid Sprays in this matchup. It's unreal. He's gone for the Earthquake this time. And if we had done this first game, it would have been game over because this does more than enough to actually one-shot a Tentacruel. So more than enough damage there. And here comes the Obstagoon. The Obstagoon's going to be too much for the Swampert here, unfortunately, for Hawk Aussie. And I think this Night Slash, don't think it'll quite KO, but a couple of 1 or 2 counters after will do. And that'll be GG and set taken by Caddy. And DKO, so I was wrong there again.
yes, because there was an Acid Spray.
There was an Acid Spray, and why am I forgetting there's so many Acid Sprays?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I love it. I love the amount of Acid Spray. I don't think I've ever seen 4 Acid Sprays in one game. It's the best.
It's definitely up there. So that concludes the draft round 3. We're just going to pop up on screen now for you guys the results from round 3, and I'll just run from bottom to top. So Jaya had a bye. He had lost the only person to go down in the first 2 rounds. Glistening Viper beat Mikey Morgs. Caddy Wrangler, we just saw there, beat Hawk Aussie. 200% Gary beat Fish on a Heater. Agent Magikarp, as we saw at the start, took out Achilles Hero. Now, the matches we didn't see were Leoki beat Dank Broad, and Unkempt Beast took out Third M. So Third M now with a loss, and Unkempt Beast undefeated, and also Gengineer 6 taking out Epic Cactus. So we have, for the next round of the draft, our two people who are undefeated. So, one of these people is definitely going through, and you'd hope that the other person will have enough wins behind them to make it through to the final. But as we can see here in the final matchups, the top 4 battles there, they've got people who potentially, if they win, will be have the best chance of going on to making the top 4 and being in the final of our draft. So the top 4 are going to go through to a second draft that we're going to do, and we will be crowned one champion at the end. So we're going to throw it back to you, gentlemen, in those top 4 matches that you can see. I mean, Adam, you can't say Fish because unfortunately Fish has had 2 losses, and I think he's out. Who are we liking to take out this tournament? Stumpy, we'll throw to you first.
Oh, I can't change my pick now, can I? Called me
No.
Dark Horse. He wasn't my exact pick, but we can't go against Jen now. So I got to betray him in the last round. So we'll stick with him. But I definitely think it'd be interesting to see the top 4 in the end, and hopefully be even better to see how they draft and how that concludes as well.
Adam?
I've got to agree with you. Gengineer is such a solid player. I mean, I want to root for him, but at the same time, I want to choose someone else as well, just so we're not having the same pick. Unfortunately, I can't vouch for my boy Magikarp anymore. But oh my god, there's so many decent players here. 200% Gary. He's been playing like very well. I'm gonna go for him now.
All right, and look, I'm going to stick to my guns and stay with Third M, even though he went down to Unkempt Beast. If he wins, wins by 3-0, I think, he's got a very good chance of going through. That's against your boy, though, 200% Gary. And I still love Agent Magikarp's team, so I think he's really got a strong chance of making it through to the top 4. All right, gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out and joining us. And thank you, everyone who's been following this draft. It's been a ton of fun getting through these ones. And I look forward to showing you the final battles next week. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.
See you later.